Hi there, my name's Claire, and I'm currently on a journey with my husband and dog to visit all 50 states while living in our Sprinter van. Join us to see if we can accomplish this goal before July of 2023. Hello, and welcome to this video. Today we're starting our trek down to Key West, Florida, but first, we're gonna stop through the Everglades. We've driven through areas that have signs on the side of the road warning against bears and moose, and now we're in a part of the country or a part of the world where there's signs on the side of the road warning you about panthers. Why does that man have no hands? We made it to our spot for the night where we're gonna attempt to stay. We'll see if we get kicked out. Gonna make some pumpkin soup for dinner, but first I have some major dishes to clean. I wanted to share how I clean the drain of our sink. This isn't like anything crazy. I'm sure a ton of people are aware of the beauty of baking soda and vinegar, but I want to show you what I do because we have how many gallons is our gray water?
7.
We have a 7-gallon gray water tank that we keep under our sink, and basically every time we turn the faucet on, the water goes down the drain and it collects in this 7-gallon tank, and then we have to remove that tank, dump it out. It's very disgusting. It smells really gross. If it gets really full and it sits for a while, it starts to smell really bad. So I have started to use a lot of baking soda and vinegar, basically just pouring it down the drain to keep it clean, and it helps with the smell a lot. And I've also started pouring it into our toilet gallon as well, because that obviously has some smells too. Just eating my daily avocado toast. I had the honor of going on the podcast. It's called The Art Of, and I got to talk all about my time the past 6 months living in a van. It was super fun. I really enjoyed talking to Jacqueline. And if you're someone who is into podcasts, you're always looking for new podcasts to listen to, I highly recommend The Art Of podcast. It's so good. It's a super feel-good type of podcast, and I look forward to every episode because they all are so different. There's such a variety. So you can find it by going to either the Apple Podcast app that comes on your iPhone, or you can find it on Spotify, or you can just go to the link in the description of this video to check it out. It's called The Art Of, and it is with Jacqueline Kekos. You can listen to my episode there where I talk about van life and all sorts of other material, which is really awesome. During our time at Everglades National Park, we saw so many alligators. We rode a tram for about 2.5 hours with a short half-hour break where we could get up and move around. It was so hot and there was no natural shade because the Everglades are super flat and don't really have trees, but luckily the tram had a roof, so that helped a little bit. During our ride, we had an awesome guide who taught us so much about the Everglades. We learned the difference between alligators and crocodiles, and I know at any time I could have just done a simple Google search on my phone to learn this bit of information, but I was too lazy, okay? And our guide ended up telling me, so I didn't ever have to lift a finger. And now I'm gonna tell you the difference between crocodiles and alligators. Crocodiles have a pointy snout, they're green, and they're only found a little bit in the United States. Mostly they're located in South America. Alligators have a U-shaped snout, they're darker in color, and they're found more commonly in the US. We also learned that the tail of an alligator is all muscle, and if you've ever eaten alligator, you probably ate the tail. I'm still not convinced these are real. They look like statues.
Why don't you touch it?
No, the only reason I know that they're real is because I've seen them move. Otherwise, they just look like statues. Whew, it was a hot one today. Holy cow. Interesting realization today. Up until today, I really believed that if you ran into an alligator or like a crocodile, you would be done for. Like this whole time we've been in Florida, I've been like, if I run into an alligator, like it was nice knowing you goodbye because there's no surviving that. I could try to fight, but it's probably not gonna work out very well for me. But what I learned today is that is not the case at all. Most alligators are just like living their own life. We were so close to so many alligators today, totally fine. I mean, and we were like under the assistance of like a tour guide. So it was really interesting. And it's like, it was kind of the same concept with the bears in Alaska. They'll mostly just run away, you know? It's just kind of crazy because that's not like the conception I had in my mind of how wild animals work. Like the amount of bears in Alaska that we were probably really close to and never had any idea. It's just wild to think about. Our tour guide actually said that the times that you run into issues with alligators attacking people, it's because they have been fed food by people, so they've gotten used to that, and then they attack because, you know, they're like confused and they think that the person is food. So that was like really eye-opening. I definitely learned something today, like a total mindset shift occurred with me today. We made it to the Keys. We're 60 miles away from Key West. Before getting to Key West, we stopped at a random park to make dinner and we went for a walk. There were lots of people grilling out, playing and swimming, and we ended up seeing something we had never seen before. It's ironic because Andy had just told me that morning he saw on the news a segment about people in Cuba hand-making boats and making the trek to the Florida Keys in an attempt to get into the US. We saw a boat scrapped together with different wood pallets, obviously made by hand, and what looked to be a car engine. And on the outside it was spray painted, "Do not touch." We were mentally prepared for this, but our assumptions regarding the Keys' attitude toward van lifers was unfortunately confirmed pretty early on. They are super against what is known as wild camping, which is what we usually do, basically just park wherever we can for free and get away with it. Cute little sand sculpture, and then it's this guy's home, just chilling. This wouldn't have been an issue because there are plenty of campsites we could have paid to park at for the night in the Keys, but every single one was booked out for the next 12 months. We had never run into that problem before, so we basically were very on edge both nights we slept in the Keys, and we had to be super stealthy about it. When we got to Key West, we spent the rest of that evening walking around and exploring DUVAL Street.
Claire's going hard in Key West. Apparently you can just walk around with booze. How wild is that?
We got drinks, food, and of course, a piece of key lime pie. Yesterday we saw alligators, today we eat them. Fun fact, Key West does not have diesel. No gas station in Key West had diesel. And we learned the hard way. Most gas station attendants in Key West have no idea what diesel fuel is. We were met with a lot of confused looks. So we're like freaking out because we're very close to empty and no one had diesel. So we finally just left. We left Key West and now we finally found a place. Even though we had to leave Key West to find diesel, we weren't done with all we wanted to do there. So we did drive back to park for the night, and the next morning we finished our to-do list. We went to the southernmost point of the US, saw some roosters, checked out the water, and called it a day. Our next stop was Miami, and we went to the WYNWOOD district, where you can find the WYNWOOD walls. This is a super cool art exhibit that consists of murals through all sorts of alleyways. There also are a couple of buildings with artwork as well. We made it to Daytona yesterday. We are gonna go see a photography museum because it looks cool, but also because it's free. I think we're gonna walk Daytona Beach, but it's a little too chilly for like an actual beach day in our swimsuits. So I think we're just gonna check it out and then head to the next town.
That's very interesting.
What do you think it is?
It's like coming out of the door for some reason.
I bet it's just
like a drain.
I bet it's just water that built up overnight. You know how we get like fluid in there?
Yeah.
Like in here?
Probably just a drain.
That is gonna be it for this video. If you could do me a favor, get some positivity going on the comments of this video. Leave a comment. If you want to leave a comment but you don't know what to say, just put the purple heart emoji, so we can try to have more positive comments than negatives in this feed. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to give it a like by clicking on the thumbs up button. Subscribe to my channel for more travel focused videos and turn on the bell notification so you're notified every time a new video posts. Thanks for your support and see you next time.